You open your eyes for the very first time in the year 3472, not on the dusty soil of old Earth, but on the immaculate orbital colony Nova Aurora, a floating monument to supposed human supremacy. Your parents, blissfully unaware and full of hope, celebrate your birth. Little do they know your genetic code carries a sentence. As you babble and play with holograms of distant planets, invisible observers catalogue your every trait. They don't see a child, they see a biological asset to be shaped. Amidst the thousand spheres of prosperity of the United Stellar Directorate, USD, even a newborn is merely a future instrument of control, waiting to be forged and broken. Nova Aurora, a pinnacle of utopian engineering, floating in a sea of stars. Luxurious, advanced, with gravity-defying hydroponic gardens and breathtaking stellar views. The media, of course, is an orchestra conducted by the United Stellar Directorate, softly whispering into every mind that galactic order is all that matters. And who would question it? Abundant synthetic food, optimized routines and 24/7 entertainment. You are not a citizen of a station, you are property of the USD, a cog in the iron machine that spans the Milky Way. Ignorance, my dears, is the true golden currency of the future. Fast forward 6 years, 6 glorious years of simulated childhood bliss. One day, towering figures in chromed uniforms arrive at your school. An accident with your parents, they say. You must come with them. And you do, with the blind trust only a child can possess. Government adults, after all, would never lie, right? Ha! Out of sight, your nascent innocence is crushed. Kidnapped, sedated, another surgical removal. Meanwhile, the Department of Covert Operations, DCO, Masters of Camouflage, has already replaced you. A flash clone at the dinner table, mumbling your memories. Sleep tight, little pawn. Flash cloning, initially a medical miracle for organ transplants. Now, a perverse tool for erasing children. Your clone, a superficial copy with just enough memories to fool your grieving parents for a while, is doomed to a brief, degrading existence. Within months, it deteriorates, a biological spectacle of degenerative disorders, culminating in a painful death in less than a cycle. Illegal, absolutely, but it's the perfect cover-up. Your parents won't mourn a kidnapping. They'll mourn a child who came home, mysteriously fell ill, and, after agonizing months of decline, simply died. A convenient tragedy. Welcome, cadet, to Project Chimera. Your former life, terminated. Now you are merely cargo. One confused face among dozens of other stolen children, all equally disoriented, all destined for something greater. On a cold transport ship, you are promised glory. Humanity's new guardians of galactic peace. Small print, high failure rates apply. Your new home? The Edge, Stellar Training Center. Not a planet, but a massive fortress city carved into an asteroid, teeming with brutal training grounds and weapon factories. It's an Orwellian playground for child soldiers. The Department of Covert Operations, overseeing this top-secret and morally bankrupt operation, quickly strips you of your identity. Last name, gone. You are a number. Just a unit. Just another disposable resource for the USD's war machine. Meet your new mentor, a training officer with the delicacy of a garbage compactor. He doesn't train you, he breaks you. Every day, 04 counts AM. Fail to stand within 15 seconds and the entire group suffers, building a toxic camaraderie among 6-year-olds. Your childhood is now a meticulously crafted nightmare. While other children watch holographic shows, you run in simulated gravity before breakfast. Then learn lethal combat, specifically how to most efficiently neutralize threats. Your education? A heavy dose of military history and indoctrination, explaining why these frontier liberators are so dangerous to peace and order. Because you see, dissidents are just targets in training for Aegis units. But physical pain is just the beginning. The real fun starts with pacification exercises. Dropped into hostile worlds with supplies so scarce they're basically a cruel joke. Fail? Your squad might face maximum retribution. In one memorable simulation, you're left in a radioactive wasteland of an abandoned planet with nothing but a broken heat sensor. Your mission? Navigate 100 kilometers to an outpost alone in scorching temperatures. And that, my friend, is considered one of the easy days. Welcome to engineered trauma, where every cycle is a new opportunity to suffer, and unit mortality is just a performance metric. Good news, everyone. You get to rest for about 3 glorious hours if you're lucky. Chronic sleep deprivation becomes your natural state. Show weakness, your unit faces extra reprogramming, because nothing solidifies loyalty like the fear of punishment. They're not just breaking your body, they're dismantling your mind. Your brain patterns are optimized, hormone levels adjusted, all part of advanced conditioning designed for absolute obedience. Soon your parents' faces blur, their voices mere echoes. Every external emotional connection is systematically severed, even through insidious subvocal messages during your restless, sleep-deprived slumber. You are no longer a child. You are a biological combat unit, carefully designed and emotionally lobotomized. By 8 cycles old, you've already survived exercises deadlier than most soldiers will see in a career. If you haven't noticed by now, your training exercises are really unfair. You and your fellow Aegis units go against hardened PKE veterans and elite forces. It even goes to the point where the adults use live ammunition while you use training rounds. In one of these exercises, when an officer tries to take one of your fellow units hostage, your neural conditioning kicks in, and you dislocate his arm before you even realize what you're doing. The weird part is that you feel absolutely nothing afterward. No guilt, just cold, efficient action. Your fellow units become the only family you know. And since ground slaughter is so passé, you're mastering orbital combat, flying through the vacuum, a ballet of anti-gravity violence with thrusters and magnetic boots. Dehumanization is complete. Happy 14th cycle. Your gift, the ultimate body modification procedure. A 5-phase augmentation surgery designed to forge you into an invincible order machine, or more likely, simply kill you. You'll be unconscious, of course, but don't worry. You'll feel every excruciating second. First, adamantium skeletal reinforcement. They're bonding microplates of adamantium to your bones, making you practically indestructible. Imagine your bone marrow turning to glass and being pulverized from the inside. A little skeletal recalibration that, if done wrong, can pulverize your entire skeleton. Just a small risk for peak performance. Next, the hypermusculature injections. A synthetic cocktail injected directly into your muscles, transforming them into dense, unyielding knots of raw power. The pain? Imagine your veins injected with corrosive neon and then ripped out of your skin. As your muscles swell and solidify, it feels like your entire body is simultaneously on fire and being ground to dust by metal plates from within. Oh, and a mere 7% risk of your heart simply failing. But hey, faster recovery time. Who needs a healthy heart when you're an optimized combat unit? Third, a neural glandular stimulation implant, a chimera pellet, is inserted into your neck. Consider your endocrine system officially hacked. Your body will now grow faster, stronger, and tougher than nature ever intended, turning you into a grotesquely efficient hormonal monster. Fourth, the charmingly named hypersensory ocular reversion. They rewire the nerves behind your retinas for ultrasonic vision. The slight downside? A delightful risk of permanent blindness from retinal rejection. Because who needs to see the old way when you're being turned into a blind, muscular giant? Just advanced bioengineering at its finest. And for the grand finale, quantum neural vibration. Your nervous system is rewired. Natural bioelectric signals replaced by cold, shielded electronic ones. Your reflexes quadrupled. Your brain less human, more efficient machine. It feels like your spine is on fire, nerves screaming as they're transformed. Potential side effects include early onset Parkinson's or Kestrel syndrome, turning you into a trembling, confused mess. But hey, it's a small price for enhanced cognition. Then they complete it with cranial implants, turning your skull into a direct port for tactical AI interface and armor control. You're not just augmented, you're a cyborg soldier, courtesy of state-sponsored mutilation. Congratulations, you're alive, barely. Your body is a screaming Frankensteinian mess. Your new hyper-efficient brain struggles with alien muscles and twitchy reflexes. You stumble, Your hands betray you. Simple tasks like holding a comms unit are impossible. Your eyes bleed. Your bones constantly ache. The headaches are so intense you can't tell if you're awake or dreaming, and every second feels like your body is trying to tear itself apart from the inside. You are a collection of engineered pain, a monument to transhuman suffering, and a testament to the fact that simply surviving can be exquisite torture. Not everyone was lucky enough to experience this exquisite agony. Of the 80 kidnapped children, only 30 survived the process. The rest, an organized pile of cadavers on operating tables or permanently disabled failures, relegated to maintenance stations. Why children, you ask? Simple. Adults have inconvenient things like fully developed skeletons and minds that break too easily. Children, bless their malleable little bodies, are far more adaptable to drastic physiological modifications. Their minds are easier to break and rebuild. You weren't a lucky survivor. You were a statistically viable experiment, proving that child sacrifice is the ideal path to creating peace units. Eventually, the screams subside. Your body adapts, not to health, but to a new state of grotesque functionality. You're enormous, a hulking mass of engineered muscle and bone, easily over 100 kilo. Running at 60 km/h, lifting 3 times your body weight, reaction times of 15 milliseconds. You're a living, breathing physics cheat code. Your vision pierces spectrums. They didn't just fix you, they broke you and rebuilt you into something else entirely. A transhuman predator, a superhuman weapon. And now, finally, your horrifying metamorphosis is complete. Time for deployment. Your glorious debut, crushing an insurrection. These aren't demonic invaders. They're miners with tools, farmers with dreams of autonomy. But they're a threat to order, and you are an order machine built for a purpose. You tear through their flimsy compounds, a silent, unstoppable ghost. Walls, makeshift energy shields, tissue paper. A liberator sees you, drops their weapon, eyes wide with the primal terror of facing a manufactured nightmare. They're right, you're no longer human. You sweep through colonial systems, a wave of authoritarian repression, winning every fight. Freedom dies with each successful mission, meticulously extinguished by the very children stolen to protect the illusion. Then, something even worse than the USD creeps out of the vacuum. Outpost Series 7, a picturesque agricultural world, falls silent. No calls, no warnings. Just gone. The first recon fleet arriving on the scene finds the planet and everything on it completely vaporized. From orbit, the world is simply a series of grays, blacks and reds, and everything on the surface is charred. The air is just littered with ash and dust. A few days ago, this planet had a population of 5 million. Now it's 0. This wasn't rebels. Humans don't have the technology to do something like this. This was something else. The Vorax swarm, a fanatic, multi-species alien horde, united by a biological imperative and driven by hunger. Their belief is that human life must be consumed to activate the next phase of their evolution. Drones, devourers, replicators, all united by a singular goal. They don't want peace, they want assimilation. And with technology centuries ahead, they're getting exactly that. Your dystopian existence just got a whole lot more digestible. Human fleets, shredded. Orbital stations, incinerated. Entire worlds, vaporized in days. Billions of lives extinguished. The PKE is losing. Badly. For every one of their ships, we lose millions of our souls. Humanity is circling the drain. Dr. Vespera Thorne, the architect of your misery, initially designed you to crush human rebellions. Oh, the irony. Now you, the stolen, tortured child, are the only thing standing between humanity and glorious, fiery assimilation. You are their last desperate gamble, their ultimate horrifying sacrifice. 15 cycles old. A lifetime of trauma later, you are finally ready for your shiny new skin, the Mark IV Tactical Pacification Armor. This wasn't just developed alongside your program. It was built for you, the ultimate extension of your engineered brutality. Each suit, worth a small space station in advanced military hardware, connects directly to the chip in your brain. You step in, and for the first time, you feel indestructible, untouchable, a perfect order machine. Too bad it cost your humanity to wear it. Deployment. Planet Xylos. 20 million lives about to become footnotes in a galactic genocide. You drop into a literal hell, scorched earth, skies blackened by caustic spores. Survivors? Few. PKE officers charred in their bunkers. Civilians dissolved mid-run. And then, the Vorax swarm. Drones exploding into biological acid. Devourers, agile predators with jaws that melt shields. Replicators, massive beasts with carapaces that deflect rounds. Yet, you feel nothing. No fear, no pity. Your cold, efficient training takes over. You lead the terrified human soldiers, a beacon of terror against terror. And for the first time, the Vorax swarm, these alien fanatics, are stalling. You are their new nightmare. Your armor laughs at their exoskeletons. Your reflexes dance around acid jets. Your fists, they shatter alien carapaces. The PKE, after months of desperate retreat, finally sees a glimmer of hope in you. You drive the Vorax swarm from Xylos, a bloody ballet captured by eager USD propagandists. Project Chimera is no longer a secret, it's a meticulously crafted myth. You are heroes, symbols, plastered on recruitment posters. To civilians, you are humanity's glorious potential. To the Vorax swarm, you are something far more primal, annihilators, a terrifying legend forged from childhood trauma and optimized violence. Xylos, a resounding victory with only one casualty. Conveniently, they are listed as removed for reconditioning, because the illusion of Aegis invulnerability is far more valuable than a dark truth. Their broken body is discreetly shipped back to the edge, joining the other failed experiments in temporal stasis, a morbid hope that future technology might one day reanimate these disposable assets. Death is just another inconvenience to be managed by the DCO, never a final state for a valuable unit. But behind the gleaming visor, beneath the adamantium bones and quantum nerves, what remains? A stolen child, a broken thing, meticulously rebuilt into an order machine. You feel nothing, no grief, no joy, no regret, just the cold, empty screen left by the augmentations. Emotions, you see, are a luxury reserved for ordinary humans, for those not forged in the fires of governmental experimentation. The USD has made it painfully clear, you are no longer that. You are the ultimate transhuman peacekeeper, perfectly empty, perfectly lethal. The end.